India is excelling in a lot of fields, and we have like youngsters who are creating history and also turning out to be icons for the entire world. We have one such youngster with us. She is going to represent India once again in the field of sailing. Not much known about. Her name is Nethra Kumanan. Thank you so much for speaking to us. So give us a small introduction about yourself.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Nethra Kumanan. I'm from Chennai. I was born and brought up here. I've lived here all my life. When I was younger, my parents put me in a lot of sports, and I think sailing, we started 1 year, and since then it hasn't stopped.
So Nethra, sailing is something like India is known for cricket, we know about chess and everything, but sailing is something like not much people are aware about. So can you give us a small intro for people who would like to know about it?
So here in Tamil Nadu, there is 2 sailing clubs at least that are well established. They run out of the end of Marina Beach at the Port Trust. And my sport, what I sail, is a single-handed dinghy for women. There is a men's version also with a larger rig and sail. So basically we use the wind and our strength to propel a boat forward, and we start on a starting line in Olympic sports, in Olympic sailing, and we start all together and we sail around a course. And who finishes first takes the win.
And is this your second time representing India?
Yes, so it's the second time I qualified for the Olympics. The first time was in Tokyo last time, and now I will go to Paris.
And how did that happen?
I sailed well. No, the last Olympic qualification was an Asian spot, and it happened 2 months before the games, 3 months, and I took a month off. There, the target was more to qualify, and now I'm in a place where I believe I can perform at an event like the Olympics. So I'm going to go there, and because I have the experience of an Olympic Games, so now I can separate that and enjoy that and try to get as much attention on the sport as possible in our country, and on the other side, perform at my sport.
And inspiration, you're going to become an inspiration for a lot of young people who wishes to also take sailing in particular. You have anything to tell for them? What should they be aware of? What kind of training should they go if they wish to become excel in sailing?
I think it's more accessible than you think. It's way less scary than you think. You don't need to know how to swim. You can go sailing. It's not a problem at all. You just need to head over to the sailing club, ask for a camp, and they're going to teach you how to sail. Within a week, you're going to know how to sail on your own, go out to sea, and enjoy the oceans.
I'm going to ask you this question because your fans are going to know it anyway. When you sail, what does go through your mind?
Right now, it depends, because now in the qualification event, it was a lot of, okay, this is the time, you have to do it now, but no, normally it is just you kind of enjoying the ocean, you're enjoying how your boat moves through the water, you're enjoying the weather, the wind in your face, in your hair, as they say, and quite literally. So it's something that everyone should try, everyone should experience for sure once in their life.
And when it comes to sailing and this particular sport that you've mentioned currently, the way the course and everything goes out, the kind of point system, can you give us a small explanation how that works?
So within an event, even at the Olympics, there is 10 races in a week. It runs over 5 to 6 days. It's 2 races per day or 3 sometimes, and each race is around an hour. And it's not distance or anything. They just try to set up marks that you sail around, you race around, and they aim for around an hour for our class at least.
How difficult is it to just go through one course? The kind of strength you require?
It depends on how windy it is. When it's stronger wind, it's obviously harder physically. But other than that, I think because it's quite an endurance sport, it's an hour-long race at least, and it's twice a day. So the stronger you are, the easier it is. And the stronger you are, the more conditioned you are, the more decision-making gets easier as well. So in that sense, it's very important.
Decision-making in particular, what is the kind of time period you will get to make a small decision, and what kind of difference does it make in the long course?
I mean, within a race, there's hundreds of decisions you got to make, and you can still make mistakes. You just got to make less mistakes than the competitors. So sometimes you have a millisecond because it's a lot of boats together, and sometimes you have 2 minutes because it's light wind, everything is slow. It just depends.
And Nethra, we know that you have gone through, we've been trained in a lot of sports and such, but why did you stick to sailing in particular? Anything that attracted you or anything that's keeping you in connection with sailing?
Well, as a kid, I tried a lot of things, a lot of different sports, a lot of activities. I was doing Bharatanatyam, classical music, piano, martial arts, and I think sailing was the one that kind of stuck because it was the one I enjoyed the most, the one that was the most interesting, the most out there, the most different thing that I've ever tried. So the fact that we get to race and do it every day is, I'm very, very lucky. So.
And what kind of support did you get from your sponsors, or how can any aspiring sports star can go ahead and looking for such kind of sponsors?
I've been quite lucky in my career, especially as a girl, that a lot of people have come forward, like Dream Sports Foundation and Go Sports. They've helped me with sports sciences, which are quite hard to find in India for the common man, and it's definitely available. There's more and more opportunity now, but there are people that work specifically in giving us the expertise that we need, which is like me, for example, in sailing. That I've had to travel to Europe, live in Europe, and sail out of there to find experts in the field, So, but here they've been able to get me a psychologist. They've been able to get me training, nutrition, and all of these types of things. So, yeah, they've been a huge help.
About that, what's the difference between the waters of India, especially Tamil Nadu, and the European waters?
I think the primary difference is that here it's hot throughout the year, and it's one of my favorite places to sail. It's always beautiful conditions, beautiful waves, and quite moderate. And in Europe, they call these champagne conditions, because there, when you get warm weather and medium wind, it's a luxury. It's the funnest, and it's not too difficult physically. So that's people there are looking for that, But we have to go there because they have the expertise, and we need to bridge that gap as much as we can. And I think we're getting there. We're slowly doing that, and yeah, there it just gets very cold. It can get very dry. It can get stormy. A lot of things can happen. So I prefer this.
Nice. And being qualified for the second time and representing India, how do you feel?
It's an honor, a tremendous one to be able to represent the country as always. And I hope this time that I can start to make them proud. I hope to achieve something. I hope to push myself as far as I can in the results.
Well, already a lot of youngsters are looking up to you, and especially young girls who want to excel in sports. Do you have any advice for them?
I think it's just important to remember that each day you try to do your best. You try to ask yourself at the end of the day, have you improved a little today? I think someone said that way before me, for sure. But just make sure that at the end of each day you can say you improved one little thing, like the 1.1%. And at the end of a year, at the end of 10 years, you're going to have a career to look back on, So I think just to never give up, to go for everything, give everything, and be patient, and whatever you want to happen, you can make it happen.
Well, thank you so much, Nethra. That is Nethra Kumanan, who is actually representing India in the sailing competition at Paris for the second time, and we wish her all luck. Divyan from Nadu for India Today.